Hey fight fans, are you ready to elevate the fight night experience? Because with my partners at DraftKings, you can elevate your excitement to the next level by getting a little skin in the game. Right now, get a no sweat bet up to $1,500 with a $5 deposit from new customers. That's right, you will get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet if your first pick doesn't hit. Download the DraftKings app right now. When you sign up, use my promo code Sonnen. At DraftKings, the crown is yours. That's right. New customers that deposit just $5 get a no sweat bet up to $1,500. If that first bet doesn't hit, no sweat. You will get the original amount back in a bonus bet. Stay in on the action and check out DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same fight. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers, use my promo code SONNEN and deposit just $5 to get a no sweat bet up to $1,500. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Conor McGregor out partying. What do you make of this? Now, and before you go, I don't make anything of it, and there's nothing to see here. And this has been the story of Conor his entire fight career. Yeah, I suppose. But it strikes me as different. And do you want to know why? Really only for one reason, which is everything that Conor had done as he was becoming a global star, like an actual star. And a star is a different word. I know it gets thrown around, but it's a very different word. A star, for example, is somebody that can do something, in this case, combat, and in this case, Conor. But nothing else would matter. And people will stop what they're doing and tune in droves. You will have a profitable night of business in every measurable fashion in this industry. Live gate, merchandise, distribution, pay-per-view. Okay, great. But you wouldn't have to tell any part of the story. You would have to say what weight class, for example. When it would not matter, you would not have to say who the opponent is. Does not matter. If a guy is a star, it does not matter. You would not have to say what is on the line or where the placement is, what day of the week. This is rare. We've only had a couple ever. Ronda Rousey had her moment. You want to know who else, guys? Might surprise you. You want to know who the other star was? Kimbo Slice. Whatever he was doing. However he was doing it. Huge, huge numbers. I bring this to you because there's been a part of me this entire time that as Conor is out and living it up, I have always questioned, is he marketing? He seems to always get attention. It seems to be something that nobody else is doing, which is, look at me, I'm drunk 1 week before the fight. Look at me, I'm at the club. And therefore, it was pretty easy to win that area. It was something different. It got people talking. And there was always a part of me on an individual level that just wondered, is that part of the show? Like, for example, when I see Conor in these videos and he's pouring one down, like there's a little part of me that goes, I wonder if that was actually beer in a glass. I wonder if he's sitting up there with a press conference with Khabib and he's drinking whiskey. And there's a part of me going, I wonder if there's actually whiskey in that bottle or if, he put something else. And this is just part of the show. I wondered, have you guys done that? The reason I bring it to you, and I tell you that this one felt a little bit different, is because now that he's here and now that he's established, now that the live gate has already been reported by Dana as an all-time industry-wide hit and a success, like there would be no more need for the stunt, if you will. And there is a time when you're going down this path where you will sell your soul for the greater good. You will do something publicly and perhaps stand on something publicly that you don't actually feel and or mean. You might even give a message out that you know is not the right message, but you'll justify it because it works in the moment. It's going to bring more eyes in, and down the road, I'll turn and make sure the correct information gets out to the people. Okay. So when I see Conor partying, what do you make of it? While there could be a number of answers. I'm personalizing it and just letting you know, for me, I've always thought a piece of it could be marketing, and now I don't think that. So of the possible options, when I take that one off the board, what is left? Everybody's going to let their hair down. Everybody. It doesn't matter how disciplined or focused that you're being. But when I look at the fight of Conor versus Chandler, ultimate discipline goes out the window when the weight class gets established of 170 pounds. Like, the lifestyle that one would have to live, I'm talking about Conor specifically, to make 145 pounds. Back when his career started, it did not lend to the possibility of being out till all hours in the morning, even if it was only once in a 5-week period. Like, it just didn't lend to that. Every calorie that was going into your body, input, output, the physiology, the amount of rest that you would need to get up the next day to go burn those calories to make 145 pounds, it just speaks to a level of discipline. It is so wildly important, that weigh-in. It's not just done for marketing. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and that's why it's so important we face guys off. You will see lines in Vegas move. You will see the lines at my partner DraftKings. It will literally move after a weigh-in when one guy misses weight, because the question just becomes, how? How and why did he miss weight? It's calories in versus calories out. So if he's heavier than he usually is, he did not burn enough calories or he consumed too many, right? Like, it does make you wonder. So the idea of discipline does get removed to a degree as soon as we go at 170 pounds. So why is he out at 2 in the morning? Why is he drinking? And why, moreover, and easily the most important component, is, do you know about it? Does Chandler know about it? Do I know about it to be making this? Why did he make sure that the cameras were there to capture it and release to the world that he's out at 2 in the morning during fight camp and drinking and partying? And that's where your options all of a sudden start really narrowing. And when you're confronted with the reality that it is not a marketing piece, then what is the story? What is the story and the message that the sport's greatest storyteller is attempting to get you to consume? Jon Jones played the same game. And Jon Jones eventually quit playing the game. But he told the world why he was doing it initially. And that was, he wanted to always have an excuse in case he lost. And not to you, the public. He wanted to have one for himself. If he would go to practice and he would work hard and he'd do what the coaches asked him, he'd put all that time in, but he would also go out and drink and have a good time. If he was to taste defeat, he could tell himself, well, yeah, but it was because of, like, I could fix it. I could beat that guy. I could do better in a rematch because I've already got this one thing that was a weakness and drawing me down. Like, if I just stopped doing that, and I fully understood it when Jon said that, that wasn't like exactly captivating news, because as human beings, we all have a piece of that. But what was so captivating is that Jon was admitting it. He was just speaking to it. And I do have to wonder if there's a piece of that happening here with Conor. I don't know why else that would come out. And we're just a couple of guys over here guessing. It doesn't have to be some deep thought. But generally, when you watch Conor, there is something at play. Generally, if you saw Conor and it was at 2 in the morning, secretly, he's actually pushing a whiskey brand. Or secretly in that message, he's pushing the club that he did that at, he got paid. Like, there's always a message, there's always something. It's one of the things that has separated him and made him so good. There is no wasted effort. There is no video that is wasted time. If it's 2 in the morning, for example, like an original and old school Conor McGregor, if it's 2 in the morning and he's partying, he's got a big fight coming up. At some point, he's going to look at his watch and going to demonstrate that it's 2 in the morning. That's the message that's going to get around the world. But secretly, he got $1 million from the watch company, and that whole thing was a spoof to do that, and you zero in. Like, that generally is how we would do it. But in this case, we just have a guy who is out partying, and he can, because he doesn't have to worry about the calories in versus the calories out, because it's at a weight class that neither guy contends at, openly making sure that the world knows that the discipline expected is not there. There's all sorts of interpretations to a story. But am I close? The interpretation I just laid out closely to the interpretation that you have?